Tibetan Buddhism is a religion with a rich culture that emerged from a wide range of practices, which include the complete scope of the Buddha's teachings from the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana levels. Different groups belonging to Tibetan Buddhism include the Nyingmapa, founded by Padmasambhava, Kagyupa, founded by Tilopa, Sakyapa, founded by Gonchok Gyelpo, and his son Gunga Nyingpo, and Gelugpa, founded by Tsongkhapa Lobsang Drakpa. The teachings of Tibetan Buddhism puts a focus on the awareness of death and the ephemeral nature of life, leading to diligence in meditation and spiritual practice. Mandalas, prayer flags, and tanka paintings are visual imagery used as reminders for practitioners on the path. One of the renowned masters of this religion is Milarepa, magician, yogi, poet, hermit. Many names have been attributed to this most famous figure of Tibet's history. This Himalayan saint lived from 1052 to 1135, and his story of personal redemption has continued to be an inspiration to many generations. Through songs called dohas, Milarepa imparted divine teachings on spiritual devotion and wisdom. Today we present to you excerpts from the holy text of Tibetan Buddhism with the compilation titled The 100,000 Songs of Milarepa, with the Journey to Lashi and Milarepa at Junpan Nongkatsang.
The Journey to Lashi. Obeisance to all gurus. Once, when the great master of yoga, Gyatso Milarepa, was staying in the Jewel Valley Hermitage, he thought, I should obey my guru's order to go to Lashi Snow Mountain and practice meditation there, and set out for that place.
Milarepa approached Nyanan Sarma, the gateway to Lashi Snow Mountain, where the people of Sarma were holding a party. In their talk, someone asked, "Do you know that at the present time there lives a great yogi called Milarepa? He always dwells alone in the snow mountains, in remote and uninhabited places, observing an ascetic discipline which none except the perfect Buddhist can attain. Have you ever heard of him?" While they were thus praising the Jetsun, Milarepa arrived at the door. A beautiful girl named Lesebum, decked in rich ornaments, greeted him there, asking, "Who are you, and where do you come from?"
Dear hostess, Milarepa replied, I am the yogi Milarepa, who always dwells in unknown places in the mountain. I came here to beg for food. I will gladly give you some, said the girl, but are you really Milarepa? He replied, there is no reason why I should lie to you. The girl, delighted, immediately rushed back into the house to spread the news. She called all the revelers, saying, you were talking about that celebrated yogi who lives so far away. He is now standing at the door.
Everyone rushed to the door, some making obeisance to the Jetsun, others asking him various questions. All became aware that he was the actual Milarepa. Then they invited him in, paid him great respect and reverence, and gave him food. The hostess, a rich young girl named Shindormo, extended her hospitality to the Jetsun and asked, "Revered one, may I ask where you are going?"
Milarepa replied, I am on my way to Lashi Snow Mountain to practice meditation. The girl then said, we hope you will grant us the boon of staying in Dreslunjumu and blessing this place. We will provide all the food you need without any effort on your part. Among the guests was a teacher called Shadraguna, who said to Milarepa, if you would be kind enough to remain here in Dreslunjumu, the Valley of Ghosts, it would help you and would also help us. I shall try my best to serve you.
A layman exclaimed, how wonderful it would be if we could have the great yogi staying with us. I have a fine farm, but the demons and ghosts are becoming so bold that they actually appear even in the daytime. They are so vicious that even I do not dare to go near the place anymore. I beseech you, in your kindness and grace, to visit my farm very soon. All the guests then made obeisance to the Jetsun, begging him to go to the farm.
Milarepa replied, I will go there at once. not because of your farm, but in obedience to my guru. We are satisfied as long as you have promised to go, they declared. Now let us prepare the best food and arrange for your departure. Milarepa then said, I am accustomed to solitude. I dwell in a hermitage and need neither companionship nor good food, but please accept my gratitude for your thoughtfulness in offering it. First, I should like to go to the farm alone. Afterwards, you may come and see what has been done.
When Milarepa arrived at the foot of the mountain, the non-men created frightful hallucinations to harass him. The path to the top of the peak, which seemed to reach the sky, quaked and tossed. Angry thunder rolled, jagged lightning struck all around, and the mountains on both sides trembled and shifted. The river suddenly became a raging torrent and burst its banks, turning the valley into a vast lake, in later years called the Demon Lake. Milarepa arose and made a gesture, and the flood at once subsided. He went on to the lower part of the valley. The demons shattered the mountains on both sides, and showers of tumbling rocks fell like heavy rain.
Then the hill goddess created for Jetson a path like a running snake along the range, a track later called Hill Goddess Path or Dakini's Ridge. This subdued all the lesser demons, but the greater and more powerful demons, angered by their failure, gathered round the end of Hill Goddess Path to unleash a new attack. Milarepa concentrated his mind and made another mystic gesture to subdue them. Suddenly all the evil visions disappeared. A footprint was impressed in the rock where Milarepa had stood. He had gone only a few steps when the whole sky cleared. In an exalted mood, he then sat down at the top of the hill. He entered the samadhi of mercy, and an immeasurable compassion toward all sentient beings arose in his heart. Because of this, Milarepa experienced great spiritual growth and inspiration. Later, the place where he had sat was called the Hill of Mercy.
Milarepa then went to the bank of the river where he practiced the flowing river yoga. On the 10th day of the autumn moon of the fire tiger year, a demon from Nepal called Ba Ro, leading a vast demonic army which filled the earth and the sky in the valley of Good River, came to challenge Milarepa. The demon shifted mountains and threw them down upon the Jetson and attacked him with thunderbolts and a rain of weapons. They screamed at him, abusing him with threats, and on and on. They also appeared in hideous and dreadful shapes to frighten him. Sensing the evil purpose of the demon army, Milarepa sang the truth of karma.
I take refuge in all the gracious gurus and pay homage to them. Through mirages and illusions, you pernicious male and female devils can create these fantastic terrors. You pitiable Atama demons, hungry ghosts, you can never harm me. Because of your sinful karma or retribution in the past has fully ripened, you have received demonic bodies for this life. With minds and bodies so deformed, you wander in the sky forever.
Driven by the fiery klesas, or strong desires and passions, your minds are filled with hostile and vicious thoughts. Your deeds and words are malignant and destructive. I am a yogi who is devoid of thoughts, knowing that there is no such thing as mind. Walking valiant as a lion, actions fearless as the brave, my body merges with the body of Buddha. My words are like the true words of the Tathagata. My mind is absorbed in the realm of great light. I see clearly the void nature of the 6 groups. A yogi such as I ignores the abuse of hungry ghosts.
If the law of cause and effect is valid, and one commits the deeds deserving of it, the force of ripened karma will drive him down into the miserable path of suffering and grief. It is distressing and woeful that you ghosts and demons should not understand the truth. I, the plain-looking Milarepa, now preach to you the song of Dharma or true teaching.
All sentient beings who live by nourishment are my fathers and mothers. To afflict those to whom we owe gratitude is indeed senseless and foolish. Would it not be a happy and a joyous act if you were to renounce your vicious thoughts? Would it not be a blessed and joyful thing if you were to practice the 10 virtues? Remember this and ponder its meaning. Exert yourselves and carefully consider it.
The demons then scoffed at Milarepa. Your rambling talk will not deceive us. We refuse to seize our magic and set you free. They then multiplied their supernatural weapons and increased the force of the demonic army to afflict him. Milarepa pondered a while and then said, "Hearken to me, you army of demons. By the face of my Guru, I have become a yogi who has fully realized the ultimate truth. To me, the afflictions and obstructions caused by demons are the glories of a yogi's mind. The greater such afflictions, the more I gain in the path of Bodhi. Now listen to my song of the 7 adornments."
I pay homage to Marpa the translator. I, who see the ultimate essence of being, sing the song of 7 adornments. You mischievous demons here assembled, lend your ears and listen closely to my song. By the side of Sumeru, the central mountain, the sky shines blue o'er the southern continent. The firmament is the beauty of the earth. The blue of heaven is its adornment.
High above the great tree of Sumeru shine radiant beams from sun and moon, lighting the 4 continents. With love and compassion, the Naga king wields his miraculous power. From the immense sky he lets fall the rain. Of the earth, this is the adornment. From the great ocean vapors rise, reaching the vast sky. They form great clouds. A causal law governs the transformations of the elements.
In midsummer rainbows appear above the plain, gently resting upon the hills. Of the plains and mountains the rainbow is the beauty and adornment. In the west, when rain falls in the cold ocean, bushes and trees flourish on the earth. To all creatures on the continent, these are the beauty and adornment. I, the yogi who desires to remain in solitude, meditate on the voidness of mind. Awed by the power of my concentration, you jealous demons are forced to practice magic. Of the yogi, demonic conjurations are the beauty and adornment.
You non-men, listen closely and hearken to me. Do you know who I am? I am the yogi Milarepa. From my heart emerges the flower of mind, enlightenment. With a clear voice I sing this allegory to you. With sincere words I preach the Dharma or true teaching for you. With a gracious heart I give you this advice. If in your heart the will for Bodhi sprouts, though you may not be of help to others, by renouncing the 10 evils, know that you will win joy and liberation. If you follow my teachings, your accomplishments will increase greatly. If you practice the Dharma or true teaching now, everlasting joy will at last enfold you.
Most of the demons were converted by the song, becoming faithful and respectful to Milarepa, and the evil conjurations ceased. They said, "You are indeed a great yogi of marvelous powers. Without your explanation of the truth and the revelation of your miraculous powers, we would never have understood. Henceforth, we will not trouble you. We are also most grateful for your preaching of the truth of karma, or retribution. In all frankness, we are of limited intelligence and limitless ignorance. Our minds are steeped in a morass of stubborn habitual thoughts. Pray, therefore, teach us a lesson profound in meaning, great in profit, and simple in comprehension and observation."
Milarepa then sang the song of the 7 truths. I make obeisance to you, Marpa the translator. I pray that you grant me increased Bodhi mind. However beautiful a song's words may be, it is but a tune to those who grasp not the words of truth. If a parable agrees not with Buddha's teaching, however eloquent it may sound, 'tis but a booming echo. If one does not practice Dharma or true teaching, however learned in the doctrines one may claim to be, one is only self-deceived.
Wrongdoing shunned, sins of themselves diminish. Good deeds done, merit will be gained. Remain in solitude and meditate alone. Much talking is of no avail.